Hello and welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm Erin Lee. You can see the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me on this wonderful sunshiny day. It's a little bit breezy outside by the water here, so we're calling on our friends Clear Quartz to help us hold things down and yet at the same time lift things up. So today is Sunday, May 19th, 2013, and this is the psychic reading for Monday, May 20th to Sunday, May 26th, 2013. We're going to be using Doreen Virtue's Archangel Oracle card deck this week. And the crystal choices are Moonstone, Citrine, and Aquamarine. So again, Moonstone, Citrine, and Aquamarine. Right, so we're going to give the cards a shuffle, and our intention is to bring through whatever messages that we need to know for the coming week to help us keep balance and keep moving forward in our lives. So the first card that we draw is for Monday and Tuesday. And the card is the Counselor card. And so part of what's coming up with this card and this message is to make sure that you're letting go of whatever it is that you no longer need. So encouragement here is to help us encouragement is to talk to friends, to ask for help in releasing and letting go. It's also a card that indicates that we could have some emotional growth and letting go in the first couple of days this week. So just be aware of what you're going through, what you're experiencing. Remember to pay attention to where your emotions are coming from so that you don't get caught up in them. So recognize where the emotion is coming from and then allow it to go. Also really important to make sure that you aren't taking on other people's stuff this week, and this is particularly important for anybody who is clairsentient or very sensitive to other people's emotions and what they're going through. So be very conscious and aware of what's happening. And also, if you find that you are taking on other people's stuff or you're having a difficult time releasing and letting go, remember to call on your angels and ask them for help in doing that, in letting go. Archangel Azrael is definitely coming up with this card, and he helps us to let go and move forward. All right, the card for Wednesday and Thursday this week is Courage. And so it's really important in the middle of the week to make sure that you're standing up for what you believe in the coming week. So part of what's coming up is, particularly with the shifts that we're seeing on Monday and Tuesday, is there's a call to action that's happening, and it's really important that you make sure that you stand your ground. So as you're releasing, make sure that you don't fall back into old patterns. And so part of that can also be dealing with the people in your life and the people around you. As you start to make changes, if these are as you start to make changes in your behaviors and your viewpoints and your mindsets, the people around you are accustomed to experiencing you in a certain way. And so it can be really difficult to make those changes and adjustments that are healthy for you. So make sure that you stand your ground as you make these changes that are beneficial for you. Looking at Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, again, take back your power. So again, we're continuing with this theme of courage and really stepping into the person that you are, that you want to be. So what we're seeing a lot of this week is we're going through a purging of emotions, we're standing our ground, and we're reclaiming who we are. So Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are days of empowerment, of stepping into the person that you are and really blossoming and coming out with that. A big part of the message that's coming up with this is actually also on a spiritual level as well. So reclaiming the spirituality that you have inside you. So particularly for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, make sure that you're doing things that really make you feel empowered and connected. It's a really great time for spiritual practices as well. And through this entire process, the feeling of this week is that there is going to be a lot of cleansing and clearing that's going to be happening, but in a very empowering way. So on the one hand, make sure that you're being gentle with yourself and treating yourself properly, eating nutritious foods and drinking lots of water, getting out and getting exercise, but at the same time also being gentle with yourself and being aware of people going through the same process around you, so being gentle with the people around you is important too. All right, looking at our crystals, for the people who chose Moonstone, the card for you this week is prioritize. And so it's really, really important to make sure that your time, your energy, your resources are going into the things that are truly important to you, that are where your priorities are. And if you're having difficulty in doing that, ask for help. Ask for help in clearing your schedule so that you can take time to meditate or go to yoga or to spend time with loved ones. Whatever it is that is at the top of your priority list that you haven't been paying attention to, that you haven't been devoting time to, ask for help with that. This week is a week of clearing, as we said, and it's really important to make sure that you are acting in the way that you want your life to be lived. For the people who chose Citrine, career transition. Now, it's actually been a while since we've had this card, so for people who chose Citrine this week, there are part of the cleansing and the purging that you're going to be going through is looking at what you're doing on a career level. Now, it could be that it's not necessarily related to the work that you do, but also to extracurricular activities. So expect that there are inklings of transition coming up around you. This is also a really fabulous time if you're wanting to change your career and change your work, to be looking for new opportunities. And it's popping in that particularly around Wednesday, Thursday, Friday this week is going to be a very powerful time for these transitions and changes to be happening. So if you are looking for work, make sure that you are ready to go out and pound the pavement Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and ask for help again. The big message that's coming through is, as we're purging, clearing, and releasing, that it's really important that you ask for help in what you're doing. For the people who chose Aquamarine, the card that we have is Remember Who You Are, and I find it's really interesting that this card is coming below the Take Back Your Power card as well. So for you guys, really a huge sense of empowerment coming up for you this week. Also, Archangel Michael is coming in with this card as well, so expect that a lot of the changes that you're going to be experiencing are getting you back on track, are have a lot to do with life purpose, and again, career is coming up as part of that for you guys as well, but they're showing me that it's happening on a much larger level, a much broader level. So expect that this is going to be a week of a lot of change for you, but that it can be done in a really powerful, positive, loving, and nurturing way. And as you're going through this experience, make sure that you call on Archangel Michael for help. This is also a really important week to make sure that you're doing cord cuttings and clearing work. So yeah, ask for help and release. I'd like to thank you so much for joining me. I'm Erin Lee. Again, you can find the rest of my readings on my website, VancouverIslandPsychic.com, and I hope you have a fabulous week.